This is the place where character is defined. The ways of life are defined in the walking stage. The manner of life. When Paul says, you have seen my manner of life, you have observed my manner of life. Or when he says, you have seen my ways which be in the Lord. It's a walking phase. In 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verses 18, he says, I urged Titus and sent our brother with him. Did Titus take advantage of you? And then he says, did we not walk, listen, in the same spirit? Did we not walk in the same steps? He's using the word walk. He didn't say, did we not run? But when he brings the question or conversation of spirit, in which spirit a man is functioning, now we are in the conversation of discernment. That when a man is learning to walk, we must teach them to discern. Praise the Lord Jesus. Ephesians chapter 2 verses 1, he says, and you he made alive which were dead in trespasses, and in which you once walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit who now works in the sons of disobedience, among whom also we have conducted ourselves in the lust of our flesh, fulfilling the desires of the flesh and of the mind, and were by nature children of wrath, just as the others. You see, but God, who is rich in mercy, because of his great love with which he has loved us, even when we were dead in trespasses, made us alive together with Christ and raised us up together and made us sit in the heavenly places. You see, that's when the flying came later, okay? That in the ages to come, he might show the exceeding richness of his grace and his kindness towards us in Christ. You see, we walked according to the Spirit. It's more important to teach a man to discern the spirits at their primal stages of life. They'll not struggle to discern when a different voice comes in. And that's the one thing, by the grace of God, and I say this in all humility, not boasting, we emphasize in discipleship. We teach men to discern spirits early. It's very hard to deceive somebody who has sat under me. Very hard. Not impossible, but very hard. That's why we don't lose members. Because you need to break so many layers to establish what you want to put in their spirits. We begin from discipleship to teach them to discern. And we don't teach them to discern by pointing out what the wrong spirits are. No. We teach them to discern by elevating them to a place, firstly, of understanding that the spiritual realm is an inheritance for all saints. It's not something they visit. It's a place they live. Now that you live in the Spirit, walk therein also. We teach them to live in the Spirit. You have heard of people teaching, and I want to teach you how to enter the Spirit. So you ask the believer, where have you been? You see, that's a person who was not told to walk right in the Spirit. Any man who understands this mystery, who has understood the revelation of living in the Spirit, has access and grace to walk therein. You cannot walk where you've not been taught to live. Are you learning something? So when you live in the Spirit, you are acquainted. You can sense things, you can tell. You're familiar with spirits.